Good morning, my friends. Happy Thinking Thursday. I hope you guys had a wonderful, wonderful Earth Day. I know that I did. It is time for my favorite part of the day. It's time for Math Question of the Day. Yeah. So before I jump into today's Math Question of the Day, I'm going to go over Tuesday's Math Question of the Day because we did not do Math Question of the Day yesterday because of Earth Day. We did scavenger hunts and we stayed unplugged. So on Tuesday, we had this picture, and it says, match the groups to the numbers. And so we had to count the group of 10 and then the ones. This kind of counting is called the say 10 way because we're looking at a teen number, and instead of just saying, 11, 12, 13, or 14, we're saying 10 and how many ones make that number. And the reason that we're doing this is because it helps our brains recognize that a teen number is a 10 and then some more ones, and that helps us with place value, which is something that we talk about a lot in first grade. And then it also helps us, like in calendar, when we look at our 10 stick and then some ones, and recognizing that an entire stick in our 10 stick is 10 ones, but that whole group is 10, and we can just glance really quickly, that's 10, and then we look at how many other ones we have. So this just helps us with place value. It becomes really important in first grade, and we are quickly approaching the end of kindergarten. So that is why we're jumping into counting the say 10 way now. So as you can see, this group was 10 and 1. So I drew a line from this group to the 10, 1. This group had 10, and then I knew that it was 8 because we have the 5 group up at the top and then 3 more. And we've talked a ton about how 5 and 3 makes 8. So then I drew a line there. Then we've got 10 and just 5 straight across, so I had to draw all the way up here. And then this one was kind of fun because it was 10 and then 6 because it was 5 and 1, and I just had to draw a little line straight across. So there are the answers to Tuesday's Math Question of the Day. You guys did a really great job with this. I'm very proud of you. Now today's Math Question of the Day is all about counting the say 10 way. So what we're going to do is we've got a number in the middle column, and then we have to write the number that would come before it and the number that would come after it, but we're writing it the say 10 way. So remember how I said a teen number, when we say it the say 10 way, is 10 and how many more? So here's the top example. The middle number is 10 and 4, which would be 14, but we're saying it the say 10 way because it also helps us see what numbers should come before and what numbers should come after. So we have 10 and 4. Before, we have 10 and 3. And we know that it's 10 and 3 before this number because 3 comes before 4. So this kind of helps us when we see the ones over here. We just know we have to really think about what ones would come after this one, because all of them are going to have 10, but now you just have to think of what's coming before the ones number. This one's going to be a little tricky. So you'll have to remember our sunrise and sunset counting. When we would do sunrise counting, we were down at the ground in a little ball, and that was 0, and then we would count all the way up to 10, and then we would count down from 10 all the way back down to 0. So really think about that when you get to this one, okay? So I'm going to hold this up. Parents, you don't have to write this whole thing out if you don't want to. If you want to, that's great. But you can also just have your kiddo write the before number and the after number. You guys also don't have to write the word and. It would be great practice because and is one of our sight words, and we need practice just writing our sight words and reading our sight words and sounding out our sight words, but you don't have to do it because this is math, and you can do just 10 and then leave a space and write 3 if you want, or if you want to write the word and, go ahead and write the word and. Okay? So I'm going to hold this up here, and then I will take a picture of it as well and put it on Class Dojo. So I know that counting the say 10 way is kind of weird, especially for parents, because we never learned this. But I actually think that this would have been really helpful growing up, knowing that the teen numbers were a 10 and a 4 early on, a 10 and some ones, versus learning about the sticks and the Unifix cubes, but then never really connecting those two. And I feel like I learned place value like this in first grade, and it would have been nice to know it in kindergarten as well, or at least get exposed to it in kindergarten, which is really what we're doing. We're exposing ourselves to this kind of thinking. All right, you guys got it? I am very proud of all of the learning you guys are doing. Please keep it up. I hope you have a wonderful Thinking Thursday, and I will talk to you soon. Bye!